Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Greg and this is Puddle Walkers Outdoors. All right, guys, we're out here at Bloomington early this morning. It's 7 o'clock. It is like 50 degrees out here. It is cold. The water actually feels good. You can see, well, you really can't see it now, but you can see the steam coming up off the water because it's so cold out here versus the temperature of the water. So today's video, guys, is going to be about an underwater camera. I had a company reach out to me, CanFish CamX, see if I could take their camera out here in the creek and see what I can do with it. So this camera is actually designed for like down rigging or trolling from the back of a boat. It's a fish can catch camera. Something that you put on your fishing pole, you throw it out in the water and reel it in and see. I think most people have seen video clips now from that kind of stuff. I know Michigan fishermen caught a massive muskie last year on his. And so I'm excited, guys, to see what I can do with this one. Mine's gonna be a little bit different though. I'm not gonna tie this onto my ultralight pole and try to catch a fish on camera with it like that. But I'm gonna film my B-roll with it today, my underwater shots today. And I'm gonna try to just float it out in the water as I'm walking and wading, just to see what it catches, because you really never know what's out in front of you. We typically spook most fish and species, things that are out there in the water when we're walking and wading. So I'm hoping that this right here will give me a chance to actually see what's out in front of me while I'm moving around. I think you guys will like this camera. I think you guys will actually find uses for it for yourself more than just like somebody like a guide. I think that a guide would be an excellent candidate for this bait. You could have the fish can camera on one of your rods, right? And while you're out there fishing with your guests, you could send them home with a video clip of their favorite catch of the day. So let's go out here and see what this can do. And let's see if we can catch some big smallmouth. Still in the RLDL Topwater Challenge. This is the final weekend of it, so if I don't catch a couple fish, then I'm just going to finish it off with just that one bass I caught a few days ago. So let's get in this water, guys, see what happens. There we go. Fish on, it's a good one. Down. Oh, dang it. Let's keep pushing forward, guys, see what happens. That was definitely a good one there. A 16 plus, maybe bigger. You got a hit there. Just a hit though, nothing major. Got that one. Dang. They mean business this morning, I tell you what. It's another good one. Shoot, yeah. Dang, that guy there would have been worth a measurement. I'm gonna have to run back and get my board. They're on it today. Yeah, there we go, guys. That's a solid start right there. That one I lost this morning first was a lot bigger than this guy right here. He's probably about 15 inches. Let's get him out here. Well, there was nothing up the middle there that wanted top water, except for the first one that hit. And I lost him. He's just a little guy. May have been a rock bass. Let's see if there's anything up here on the front. There would have been something up here, at least a small fish. I don't see anything now. That's one thing nice about this creek, the water is super clear, so fish have a hard time hiding from you. Even if they don't bite, you'll at least know if there was something there most times. That's why I like these kind of creeks though. It's where I learn the most. If a fish doesn't react to a certain bait, then a lot of times I know because I see the fish right as I move forward. It gives me time to think and ponder about what that fish would have hit. Look at that, some deer up there crossing the creek. That's pretty cool. There's Big Mama. Ain't no one else with her. Just them couple. Cool, cool. I like it when I get to see deer like that. Sometimes I got time to get my camera out and film them. This was not one of those times. This is when you spook them coming across here, which is what I did. Got it. That's a good looking fish. Oh. He came off right there at the bank. I don't know if they're just not hitting very well or what. It's a nice little beautiful guy. Not very big, but it's a lot of fun. See you later, buddy. Off he goes. A little guy. Have to get our fair share of these guys today. You better calm it down, buddy. You calm it down and I'll get this out of your mouth. How's that? Fair trade? There we go. I know, buddy. I know. There we go, guys. Another one. It's a little bitty guy. I think he was the what hit me out there the first time, and then he just followed back up with it. Got it that time. All right. Let's see if there's anything else along this hole. Now, I have caught some big fish out of here before. My first big fish out of this creek came from this hole a long time ago. Are they over here? Oh, there's one. You missed it though. Anything else back up in here? Walnut. Hit the ground like a ton of bricks. Nothing up in here, huh? Anything out here? Anything over there? Oh, I missed it. miss that one. Look at this. It's just right there in his mouth, but it's like under the skin of his mouth and then out the top of the jaw right here. Oh, well, maybe it's a little easier than I thought. My hand is just so cold. There you go. That's a really good looking smallmouth. It's a shame he's so small. It's just beautiful colors on him. All right, see you later, buddy. He may have been the first one that hit me. Maybe the only one over there. Back in there a little bit further. Yeah, he might have been Lone Ranger over there. All right, moving along. All right, guys, I'm gonna let this camera just go through this spot right here. So you got to pull up the app, and the first thing you're gonna see when you pull up the app is gonna have this CanFish CamX. You know, connect Fishing CamX camera. From here, you're going to hit this right here. It's gonna give you the steps on what you need to do. So you've got an on switch right here. I've got it on. I don't know if you can see the orange light or not, but now we just wait for this thing here to pair up. It's gonna beep and it's gonna light up 2 green lights, and then I'm gonna have 5 minutes from then to connect the Wi-Fi. And it's starting to flash. It's getting ready to connect. All right, now it's ready. We go to connect, and we're gonna get some Wi-Fi options here. We're gonna look for the CanFish Wi-Fi. Bam, we're on. Now we're gonna go back to the camera, and we're going to enter the camera, and then that's us right there, guys. All right, let's just let this thing go, see what it captures. And we're just going to walk along with it and fish, and just see what it records. So yeah, it's just over there. It's going to follow that current seam on down, and then we're going to let it go through these riffles and down through this next section, but we're looking for some fish right here in this hole. Got him. He's not bad. He's not bad at all, actually. down there, buddy. Slow down there. How'd I get you like that? That poor guy's been jacked up. Somebody's poor hook set. Hey, dude, slow down. I'll come over here in some water. Get him cleaned up. Hey, he is just absolutely ferocious, guys. I gotta let him go. He is mad. He is not happy he got caught at all. Very upset with me. I ain't gonna try to measure that fish. I think it's about 14 inches anyways. What a good fight. Hope he didn't spook everything else off, because he was he's pretty mad. Let's try to throw it a little bit further back up in there. There we go. No way. Okay, I was gonna say, no way this is the same fish I just caught. He's about the same size, right there. He's a little more docile though. Definitely not as aggressive. All right, buddy, let's get you back in there. Well, guys, so far I'm having a pretty good time. I did have one mishap where I grabbed that rope that I was dragging that camera with and caused myself to backlash really bad. Had to pull my spool out, had to get my backlash out. But we're good to go now. I've caught a few fish. I lost such a good one this morning. Still can't believe I lost that one first thing this morning, man. That was such a beautiful fish. I bet he was at least 18 inches. I'm hoping, guys, that we can find another big one. I'm also hoping that this camera is picking up some interesting things for you guys to see. That's where I thought this camera would be fun and interesting, is to just kind of take it to your favorite fishing hole and just, you know, kind of let it just float around out there, you know, see what it catches. Because you never know. I mean, there's so much wildlife down there. You got so much down there. You got all the little darters, all the little sucker fish, all the little types of minnows, the bass species, right? All your bluegill and long ear. So many things you can see that you may not even know that is in your waterways. The crawdads, the mussels, all that awesome stuff, guys. So hopefully we're getting some cool stuff picked up on this camera. Like I said, you only get about 138 minutes is what it says that it has runtime wise. So if you've got that thing on, the clock is ticking with it. I've got it off right now. Wait until I get back here to some bigger spots, and then maybe we can get some more hopefully footage. I have no idea what we got so far. I floated it out there, but like I said, I don't know. It's picked up. For all I know, it's just picked up creek bed bottom. All right, guys, stay tuned. All right. Sometimes there's some big fish in here. There we go. Oh, that's not a bad one. That's not a bad one. Let's see if we can keep him pinned. We've lost the other ones that we caught that were in that 15-inch range. Yeah, he's probably 15 inches. That's a good fish. That is a good fish. Yeah, let's get a measurement on him. See what he measures first before we get too excited about him. And he may be good enough. I hate how that hook gets him underneath right here. Maybe that's why Brother Trey uses the one, because it's not even in there that good. There we go. Ooh, get a better look at him. There we go. What do you guys think? How long do you think that fish is looking at this camera shot? I'm gonna say it's probably close to 15 inches. Let's find out. We'll drop him down here on our board. I have to get it nice and wet first. And And we'll lay him down here and let's see what this guy measures. He's actually right at 14. He's right at 14 inches, guys. Here's where his tail is at. It's kind of hard to see, I know, but that's my 15-inch mark. 14's right underneath his tail. That was a good looking fish. All right, let's get him up out of here. Got him. Oh, he ain't bad. Like another 14 maybe. That's a chunker. He's a chunker. He ain't very long, but he is definitely a chunker. Open up, buddy. There you go. There you go, guys. Another little solid one. He's probably about 13. Not too bad. All right, get back in there, buddy. Oh, that was not very deep water, was it? I'm sorry. There you go. All right, he's on his way. There we go. That's a big one. That's a big one. Oh man, that's a big one. Stay down, dude. Stay down. Stay down. Stay down. Stay down. Stay down. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we got us a good one that time. He's probably 16, maybe 17 inches. There we go. Man, that dude was mad. All right, let's get a measurement on him and let's get him back in the water because I don't want him dying. Look at that. Jeez, he almost came off. Whew. Cannot stand measuring a fish. All right, let's bring him back up here again. Just sit still there, dude, please, man. Just. All right, buddy, all right. There we go, guys. That is a dandy. He's almost 17 inches. He's not even a quarter shy. He's like a little under an 1/8 inch shy of 17 inches. That's a beauty. We're gonna mark him out at 16 3/4, guys. All right, let's get him up out of here. And we're gonna use this underwater camera and let's get a shot of him cutting out of here with it. All right, guys? Get him out of here. All right, guys, let's see what this looks like. right, guys, moving along. It is finally high noon. It's getting toasty out here. One good fish landed, one good fish lost, and a whole bunch of solid fish caught. I'm hoping that the camera, guys, is doing exactly what I wanted to do, and I'm hoping that it's catching some of these other species in here that you guys don't normally see. A lot of this stuff is things that I see, but we all know the camera doesn't pick up every little detail. A lot of times there's a glare on the water, or the camera just doesn't refract underneath the water like it should. And so I'm hoping that this little fish can camera is picking up all these things that you guys don't normally get to see while I'm out here. I'm hoping that you guys have seen some hog suckers. I'm hoping you guys have got to see some minnows, maybe some sunfish and bass. Who knows, guys? I'm gonna keep on moving along, and let's see if we can't get some more good fish. All right, guys, stay tuned. Got him. He hit like he meant business. He ain't even that big. He's just a little bitty guy. He's got all the heart though. I got you, buddy. Don't worry. We'll get you out unhooked here and back in the water. Nice clean mouth. Nice beautiful colors. See you later, buddy. There might be another one inside here. Now, I do believe we caught one when we came up through here. There it is. And there's nothing there. Let's go ahead and cast though. Oh my God! Did you see that? Oh crap! All right, guys, that's a wrap on today's episode. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Remember, guys, to check out 12 Oak Custom Lures. And if you're interested, guys, in your underwater camera filming, check out the CanFish camera. I think this is pretty nifty little camera. It's got its downsides, and we'll talk about that. But for now, I think it's pretty good. So let's get back home, guys, and let's review this camera a little bit closer. All right, guys, let's look at this camera a little bit more. So here's some of the added features that I didn't cover in the video. So first off, you're going to look right through here. You're going to see the line ties. Right here is where you're going to actually tie this off with the rig. You're going to tie your main line on right here. You're going to tie your bait off of here. This is a really stout structure right here, so it's not something that you're just going to bust off. I did drop this probably 3 or 4 times in the creek today. It gave it some scratches, but that's it. It didn't affect the operation of it. It didn't crack the glass in the front, which I think is also some kind of hardened plastic as well. So the durability is there. Another thing that you're going to come with, guys, is going to be this little float right here. This allows you to float the camera out. This is what I used today. The camera fits right in it, nice and tight. You can do a bobber fishing and leave this out in the area and use it as a float for bobber fishing. Or you can also do what I did today and just float it along the stream. It comes with a wireless charger. It's this guy right here. You're just going to plug it in with a C port. And then you just put your camera down in there, and it charges pretty quick. I think a couple hours and that dude's good to go. Maybe not even that. It charges really, really fast. And some other features of the camera, and I can actually show you some video of it, is it has a green light in dark conditions. So if you put this into some water that's extremely deep, it does have a green light that flashes. I think it may have caused issues. We took it out catfishing, and I was trying to see if I couldn't get a catfish on. Everybody was catching them besides me, and really the only difference was I had that green light on. So I don't know if that's a plus or a minus, but either way, if in dark areas, this camera is going to pick up. It's going to see pretty well. The camera comes with 2 different settings. You can get 1080p with 30 FPS, which is pretty good for cinematic shots. And the lower setting is going to be 720p at 60 FPS, which isn't too bad itself. All right, so now the downsides of this camera. The only things I really didn't like about this camera in general was you don't get a live feed once this hits the water. In your hand and with it out of the water, the camera stays going, but once this enters the water, you lose your feed on your camera. So you can't use this as a live scope, if that's your question. And then the only other problem I had with it was trying to get my footage off of it. You have to link up to the Wi-Fi of the camera in order to download the footage from this to your phone, which is nice that you don't need a separate device to pull footage off of to get footage to where you want it, which and most people, you're going to just want it on your phone, at least have the video clip there. So it's nice that I didn't have to do anything besides Wi-Fi and Bluetooth it over to my phone, but you have to stay paired to the Wi-Fi of this device. So what I was doing was I was unhooking the Wi-Fi in my house, and then I was running just off the Wi-Fi of this, and I seemed to be a little bit better. But that was an issue, that if you're in a Wi-Fi area that your device already knows, most of the time it's going to kick you off of the CanFish camera Wi-Fi and relink up to your own Wi-Fi. So make sure to shut that off before you try to move any stuff. And the last thing I really liked about it, guys, was the shape. So if you do throw this out in the water and you're going to run this with it tied to a pole and use it as the camera is intended to do, it actually has these little ridges here coming off the side that helps it keep its nice straight, you know, so it's not turning sideways, anything like that. And also the on and off button, you see, it's really stiff and smooth. So you're not going to bump something and it's going to knock your camera and turn your camera off while it's in the water. So those are also nice features as well, guys. So it's durable, it's affordable. I believe this camera is only like $200 on Amazon. I'll leave a link down in the description, and I'll also leave a link in the comments. You guys can go and check this guy out. If you want to buy it, I recommend it. I think this is pretty good for what it's worth, and I think it's pretty good for its intended use. All right, guys, see you on the next one.